Hello, happy rainy Sunday to everybody. We're learning the laws of davening and what happens when one has to interrupt for various reasons during his prayers. So, in all of these halachas, we're talking about Shemona Esrei. That's the silent prayer that we daven with our feet together and totally focused on praying to Hashem. And since we're talking to the King of Kings, it is inappropriate to stop to speak something else or to even move. We're not allowed to move out of the way. So, unless, of course, there are some extenuating circumstances, then we can move out of the way or speak. And the general rule, what we learned, is the first thing to do, let's say you're in a pressing situation, if you can shorten your Shemona Esrei, shorten your silent prayer, then that's what you should do. Now, to be able to do that, one has to know which parts to omit. In general, that's the middle of each blessing, and not to omit any part of the first three blessings or the last three blessings. So one would have to obviously be prepared to know how to do that before that occurs. And to see exactly how to do that, one can look in the Chai Adam. If you want to email me, I can tell you exactly where it is. That's the first thing if you can do, is to shorten the Shemona Esrei. Now the second thing to do is to move out of the way without speaking. Get out of the way. We had a case where you're davening in the road and then a wagon is coming while you were davening in the road in the first place. I'm not so sure. Doesn't seem like such a bright idea. But you were doing it, so then move out of the way. And the last thing, if you have to stop, is to speak. That's the last thing to do if you have no other choice to prevent yourself from being injured or something like that. Even for instance, when we had a case where snakes apparently they don't bite so much. If you can just move out of the way without getting the snake off without speaking, that's what you have to do. And we had a case if you have a scorpion, which are apparently much more common to bite, then you could even speak right away to get the scorpion removed. And we had various cases of when a person has to move. We even had a case where, let's say you don't know what the law is about a certain prayer. Certain holidays we add certain prayers or we don't say certain parts of the Shemona Esrei. So what do? So we said you can move to actually look up in a book. And if that doesn't work, if you can't find in the book where the law is, you can actually go to somebody and ask him. Okay, but in general, the first thing is to shorten the Shemona Esrei, the second thing is to move, and the third thing is you can speak. So now we're going to have another case. Daled. We're on Kuf Daled Daled. Imra Shor Ba Kenegdo. If you see a bull coming towards you, very scary, posek, then you can stop davening. Stop Shemona Esrei. You can interrupt. Shemarchikin Mishor Tam, She'ena Roga Lahazik, Chamishim Amos. We distance ourselves from a regular bull 50 amos. Now, what's a short tam? What's a regular bull? A regular bull is one which is not known to gore people. It doesn't happen so much. All right, it might not happen at all. So you don't really have to worry as much that it's going to harm you. But if you're within 50 amos, and an amma is the distance from the top of the finger to here, which is about 1.5 feet. If you are that distance from the bull, then you should interrupt your Shemona Esrei. Now, umimuad, but if it's a shor muad it's known to have gored at least 3 times. So then you know this is an angry animal, and it's probably going to attack you. Perish ragul hazik. Mala'inav, then you're supposed to get out of the way, even out of its eyesight. So even if it's a mile away, but you're still in its eyesight, got to get out of the way. V'im shvarim shebemakom hahu muchzakim she'ena mazikim ena paisik. And if you live in a locale where the bulls are known not to harm people, then you shouldn't stop. You don't have to interrupt because they're not harmful. It's all just a shikul to try to determine if this animal is going to attack or not. Now, as per the bulls in Manalapan, I am not sure if they are. I've never seen a bull in Manalapan, but I'm not sure if they're the type that attack or not. So let's see the Mishnah Berurah. V'im shvarim v'shor hamasaras, an ox afilu im eni yedeh in a paisek, an ox, even if you don't know about it, don't stop. I guess they were more gentle. V'davka shel hizik me'olam, only if it never ever damaged someone. Aval im hizik afilu pamachas posek afilu b'mekomo she'ein regilim shar hashvarim lahazik. But this ox, even if the ox damaged one time, and the rest of the oxen in that locale are known to be peaceful, then you should stop. Right? Even though the other oxen are known to be peaceful, since this ox one time was mean and gored you or gored something, then you should interrupt. So again, it all depends on the likelihood of getting damaged. But I don't see so many of these. This is probably more relevant to those that live in a more country type of locale with farms and animals, although I did see sheep on Tennant Road the other day, which I was surprised. And I have seen actually a man driving on Route 9 on a horse in the shoulder. So, okay. And tomorrow, God willing, we're going to learn the laws of if you had to stop for whatever reason in Shemona Esrei and you couldn't continue. What if you waited like a long time, the entire, like, let's say 5-10 minutes, and you just couldn't keep davening for whatever reason? Do you have to start over, or can you pick up where we left off? So we'll, God willing, do that tomorrow or the day after, and hope everyone enjoys their rainy Sunday.